Hey everyone, it's Devora, aka Scruffy, and I want to talk to you today about conversion. I want you to know that you don't have to convert to Judaism for God to love you and care for you. God loves all of us, no matter if we're Jewish or non-Jew. Um, some people have a strong desire to convert to Judaism, and I was one of these people. And I did so back in 2004. And I'm going to tell you a little bit what it's like to convert and the things that you go through and what you need to know. Um, there's different types or sects or there's reform and there's conservative and there's orthodox. And I think there's others too that I can't remember offhand, but basically, most people choose one of those three. And the Orthodox is very strict, and it takes about 2 to 3 years, depending, for an individual to convert to Orthodox Judaism. And conservative, it takes about a year, maybe a little more, depending on the person. And reform, I'm not quite sure. I think it might be about the same, but I'm not sure. So you could check on that if you want. Um, I converted to conservative. Um, I was not near an Orthodox community, and in Orthodox conversion, you have to be really involved in the Orthodox community. You have to live pretty close to the synagogue. You have to be within a mile away from the synagogue and the community. And I was not able to do that where I was living. I was probably about 2 miles away from the synagogue that I attended. And so that's what I decided to do. And this was back in, like I said, 2004. So that I was formally uh, did the conversion. But anyways, the Orthodox are recognized in Israel. The conservative and the Reform are not. So if I were to decide to move to Israel, I would not be recognized there. You hear stories that yes you are, no you're not. Same with the Reform is not recognized there in Israel. Anyways, my story started with a genealogy research. I was doing extensive genealogy research back in 1998 on my natural family because I was adopted. And even though I had known basically where the family, both sides, their heritage was from, I wanted to get into a little bit more deeper stuff. And what I found in doing some research, I came across some very interesting articles about, and I don't know how they came up, it just happened, that where the origins of Christianity came from, how it started and who started it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, this is really interesting. So I started reading this stuff, and the more I read, it brought up a whole bunch of questions, and I had to do some more research. And I was just astounded. I was absolutely astounded and shocked of where Christianity began and everything, and how, and the deceptions, and I went and bought a Tanakh, and I compared the Tanakh with the Christian Bible, and I was astounded again, with some of the differences and the meanings, the interpretations. Um, But anyways, so one thing led to another, and I fell in love with Judaism. And it took me about 4 years. I had to peel off all that I knew of, what I was raised with and everything. And I really fell in love with Judaism, and I made a decision that I wanted to convert to Judaism. And I'll tell you, it's not easy. It is not easy to convert. It's not like, you say, a few words and that's it, and you become Jewish. That's not it at all. You have to go through credited rabbis with the synagogues, and that's what I did. I went and talked to my local rabbi, but before that, I was in different states at the time, and I went to one rabbi in New York where I was living at the time, and they push you away. They push you away. And then I was in Georgia, and I went to another rabbi, and this was a Orthodox rabbi because he was closer to my area. And of course, he pushed me away. But that is very, very common for rabbis to keep pushing you away about 3 times. And there's a reason for that, because they want to make sure that you really are passionate about, conversion, that you're not doing it because you just feel like it, It's not like joining a country club. You really, it's life altering. You change everything. You don't eat certain foods. You have to do things for like Passover. It's a lot involved, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work, and a lot of times it is definitely expensive. If you eat kosher, the meat is going to be a lot more than what the meat is that you find in the grocery store. So if you buy a kosher brisket, you're going to be paying a lot more. And then of course, you tithe and all kinds of things that are involved with the Jewish life. And it's not an easy life, okay? You're not just obeying the 10 commandments, you're taking on other things too. So anyways, my experience was that I talked to the local rabbi, and he did agree finally to have me go to classes. They have a class set up every year, conversion class and also Hebrew class. So I attended those each week, and you've got to be there. And then also you have to, go to services and also attend at least a couple of services with holy days, like the Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur services and stuff like that. And I was thrilled to do it. I loved it. I absolutely loved being at the synagogue and being in the services, and learning the blessings and all that kind of stuff. It was really pretty cool. And my favorite part was when they brought out the Torah scroll, the Torah scrolls from the Ark, and they would walk, carry them walking down the aisles. And you're not to touch it, but you can touch it with, like your Seder book, your prayer book. And I would kiss that, and then touch the Torah scroll, as it passed by. And it was just, it was such a beautiful, beautiful experience to be able to do that. I also, let's see. So I went to the classes, and we finished up, we started in about October, and we finished up sometime late April. And you're supposed to keep with meetings with the rabbi, and show that your progress, and talk about, anything that you needed to talk about, ask questions and stuff like that. And so that's what I did. And then at the end, we had to do a 10-question essay that we had to answer in essay form and submit that to the rabbi, and then he would give that to 2 other rabbis, because once you are go through all these classes and everything, you're to meet with the Bet Din, which is 3 rabbis. They are the judges to judge whether you're ready to convert or not. And so I handed in my essay questions, and it was extensive. They don't want just a simple answer. They want to hear from you, and so that's what I did. And then I got a call or a letter, I can't remember which, but when my conversion date would be, and that was in November 11th of 2004. And so I went in that day, and that was in St. Paul, Minnesota, to the mikvah there. And I met with the 3 rabbis, my rabbi and the other 2, and they asked me a lot more questions. And I answered, and they nodded to each other, yeah, we think she's ready, we believe she's ready. And so that I went in to a changing room, which was actually a big bathroom, just beautiful bathroom, and you could change in there. And I had my robe with me. You have to do this with no clothes on in the mikvah. The mikvah is like a small swimming pool. That's the only way I can describe it. But it's a certain height and a certain amount of water in there. And so if you're a woman, you go in there with a woman witness. If you're a man, you go into the mikvah, and the 3 rabbis will witness. So I went in there, and there was the woman to witness, and I did this submersion into the mikvah. And when you do that, you also do a vow, and that is in Hebrew. So that's what I did. And then when I came out, I went in to change into my clothes and met with the rabbis afterwards. And they asked me what Hebrew name that I chose for myself. And I chose Devorah. And my rabbi said, "Welcome to the house of Israel." So that was my experience. And like I said, it is not easy. It is not an easy, and it's not easy. You have to really work at it. You just don't go in and say, "I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that." You really have to give it a whole lot of thought, because another aspect of it, and this goes with Noahites too, a bit, and that is, you have to consider how your family is going to treat you and your friends. You may lose a few friends because they might not understand. And your family members, "Hey, Beta, that's enough. I've got a chihuahua." Anyways, they may not understand, why you're doing that. And if you're married, you really got to be on the same page with your spouse. Both of you have to be willing to, do this together, because one being one way and one being the other, whatever way that is, would be very, very difficult. So you want to really take time to think about that, and really talk to several different rabbis about that. My class was done at 3 different synagogues. We did it like in semesters. And one semester we did at the one synagogue and so forth. We spent 3 semesters, one at each synagogue. So we got to see, different synagogues and different rabbis, and it just amazing. What I really love about these synagogues too were the libraries. They were awesome, huge, beautiful libraries, and I love books. I'm a writer, so. But anyways, that's my story in a nutshell, and I'm just saying, God loves all of us. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish. It doesn't matter if you are Noahide. It doesn't matter if you are Christian, Muslim, whoever. God loves all his beautiful, wonderful creation and his children. So don't feel that you have to do something special to be earn brownie points or be loved, more, or if you think you're being loved less. He loves you no matter where you've been at, what you've been doing in your life. He loves you no matter what. And we all have our own stories. We all have our ups and downs and missing the mark, and we just try to do our best and talk to God about it. So, but if you're really desiring to convert, just keep in mind these things, because it's life changing. And again, it's not like joining a country club. You just don't go in there and join a club and stuff. And I also kind of wanted to quickly mention here about if you're new to being a Noahide and just came out of whatever religion that you were practicing, or any kind of religion at all, just take one step at a time. Learn the 7 laws of Noah. Read up on it. Look at some places like Torah for the Nations and whatnot. Get some books. You could go to the library. You can look online at Chabad.org for the Noahide stuff, the 7 laws of Noah. Take your time, soak it all in, and then from there you could grow to different, levels if you want. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. If you want to get into learning the Tanya, or read up on the palm tree of Devorah, get into a little bit of Kabbalah, that is totally up to you. But I want to emphasize here that you want the proper educated rabbis or rabbi to instruct you with Kabbalah. The first rabbi that I ever came across with Kabbalah and learned a lot from him since 2002 is Harav Ariel Bar Zadok, and you can find him on Facebook. You can find him on YouTube, and again, that's Ariel Bar Zadok, and he is the founder of Kosher Torah. So that's the guy that I've watched since 2002, and there's other good instructors and rabbis that you can refer to. Man, it was a cloudy day. What happened? So anyways, that's about it with that. If you want to get into, just take yourself to the level where you want to be and learn. If you're willing to learn, that's great. I'm all for that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to mention all these books in pretty much all my videos. So this one is the Noahide Laws, and I know this is backwards. This is Noahide Laws. It's a study edition. It's really big. That's if you want to go into really a lot of study on the Noahide Laws. The Garden of Emunah. This is just a wonderful book for everybody, Jewish or non-Jew. It's beautiful, beautiful book. Brit Olam. I mentioned this in all my videos. This is a really cool book about with the blessings in there. It's got blessings in there and whatnot, all that stuff. And then Brit Shalom, it teaches about 7 laws of Noah. I've had this. This is my first book that I got on the 7 laws, the path of the righteous Gentile. This I got a long, long time ago. And this one is pretty cool. This is to perfect the world. To perfect the world. And it's Lubavitcher Rebbe's call to teach the Noahide code to all mankind. So this is a good book for those who want to learn about these 7 laws, and also for Jewish folks who are really getting into the 7 laws to understand that, to help their friends or others what the 7 laws are. So that is it for today. I would like to probably maybe on Friday do another video, and this one is going to be about how to make challah bread. It's not necessary for everybody to know how to do that or to have that, but I would like to do a little bit of something fun. Anyways, bye.